The website I would like to look at today with you is called Shodor Interactive, and the URL is www.shodor.org/interactivate. And that's INTERACTIVATE. So, and you can see that right up here. So upon first glance, this might not look like the most accessible website, but it actually is pretty easy to use and has lots of great features. So the purpose of this website is to create a collection of different interactive courseware for science and math classes. And it helps to explore topics, evaluate topics, and really dive deeper into content. So as you can see, there's two main areas. There's the learner area here, and there's the instructor area here. So this can be used by both students and instructors, but it will look different for each user. As you move your hand over these, you can see that the different tools are explained in this text area down here, same with as instructors, but I'll just give you a brief overview of each one as we go through them. So we'll start with the learners, and the main tool that I think would be used with the learners is the activities. This is where you would direct your students to, and there's hundreds of different options. They're separated by all of these different content areas that you can see at the top, and you can look at them. You can sort them in different ways by audience or content level. And then there's all of these different options. You can see algebra, you can see things related to science, but you can go and there's tons of options to explore. Just to click on one area specifically, there's 13 different ones related to calculus that you could scroll through. And so you would direct your students to a specific one, have them click on it, and the activity would pop up here. Could be used in class or as homework. So let's go back to the home page and we'll look at the different features of instructors. So the instructors have options of lessons, discussions, or standards, so we'll start with lessons. Here again, separated by content area, or you could choose to sort by audience, and you have tons and tons and tons of options for lessons. Each lesson, I'll just click on one as an example. Comes with an abstract, which is a summary, objectives, which you might be able to use in a lesson plan, standards, which can be coded to be NCTM or the Common Core, student prerequisites, key terms, teacher preparation of what you would need to do to get ready for this lesson, the lesson outline, which is much like our procedure, closure activities, alternate ways of maybe teaching the lesson, and then follow-up, which could serve as a conclusion or a extension. So you can see that these different sections closely align with the lesson plan outline that we use. Going back to the home page to explore the other options, there's also discussions. And I think these would be really useful in writing a lesson plan. I'm just going to pull up an option here. So each of these discussions is an example of a discussion that a student and a mentor or a student and a teacher might have. And so I think these would be helpful in writing a lesson plan because it would give you some ideas to think about what a student might think or how a student might respond. In writing lesson plans, we're supposed to consider that and address those different ways that a student may respond. So this could maybe start that brainstorming process for you. You can see some are longer, some are shorter, but all related to the different concepts that are covered on the site. So going back to the last resource for teachers are the standards. So here you can see all of the different standards that this website addresses, but specifically we're focusing on Common Core. So you can see there's algebra, 8th grade, 5th grade, different grade levels and different subject areas. And so if you click on one of them, it lists all different activities by general categories that would apply to the Common Core standards. So there's many different ways that you could go about searching for resources on this website. So although it doesn't look at first glance like a whole lot is going on this website. Once you dive into each of these subsections, there's a lot to find. And it's a pretty easy website to search on and navigate for. Going back, you can see all the different subject areas. You could show all, and you can see how many items you're left with after your search. My favorite feature on this website is probably the discussions, because I don't think we really have another source like this that could indicate to us maybe misconceptions or what students may think prior to going into a lesson. If I could change something about this website, I think I would just update it to make it a little bit more user-friendly and similar to websites that we see now. I also think I would make it more accessible to students so that they could maybe just use this as a exploration tool or more for fun. So frame this activities page more appealing to the student eye. And I think overall this website would be very helpful because there's lots of different options covering a variety of different topics and content on all different levels. So I think pretty much any teacher teaching any class could use this.